Hi and welcome. We're the Weasley sisters. I'm Jessica, also known as Naturally Nitty, and this is episode 222.
Wow. Well,
Uh,
I am Allena, also known as Starnitz. Today is March 29th. This is our bi-monthly podcast. If this is your first time watching, welcome. If you are a returning watcher, welcome back.
yeah, so grab your knitting, pull up a chair, and craft along with us. Any mojo?
Actually, kind of. Yes. Isn't that amazing?
It,
Well, it's the end of the month, so we should have some mojo, right?
right.
Sorry, my computer unplugged.
I don't have my mojo to actually share with you in person, but I finished Leah's sweater for my order mission. I was knitting so hardcore on it for the past I don't know, a few weeks. And that's pretty much all I did. Anyways, so
Has
there
she
it is.
worn it like every day since?
Huh?
Has she worn it every day since?
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe not every, because she's worn it to school a few times though, but she likes it. I added buttons to it so she could close it up here because she wants to wear it closed sometimes. But I'll show you a bigger finish. Basically, just a big rectangle. But yeah, no, it was fun, and I only used one skein, which was like over
1,000 yards.
yards. I think it was like 1,200, but whatever. So yeah, so I still have one whole more thing, so I could probably like make another child sweater out of it, or whatever, or a big shawl or something. But yeah, so I got that turned in on time, and that was like the day before her birthday too. So like good timing all around. But that's the only knitting mojo I had.
So I have two little bunny mojos.
They're so cute.
And oh crap. I forgot to put them into the gift. I started knitting them for Madison to like send her an Easter package.
Oh.
And I mailed it this morning with like chocolate and stuff, and I forgot to put it in. But but that's the only finished objects. I still have to take pictures of them and turn them in. But look at their little bunny tails.
They're super cute.
So I used using that core spun that I made. Remember I did the fat fiber core spun like years ago, and then I knit that like Rastaman hat. Like
Oh yeah.
supposed to be like a slouchy hat, but it turned out to be like crazy Rasta-y, and so Madison wanted it.
Right.
I had like half of that skein left. So I'm like, I'm just gonna knit little bunny nuggets out of it. So I have two finished.
Yeah, that's perfect. And they're so unique and different.
Yeah. And then I can't stop. So that goes on to my works in progress. And I have two more that I just have to make tails for and do the faces and then stuff. And then I'm working on one more.
Are you serious?
And I only have this much left. So I want to use up the whole thing.
It's awesome. You
So,
got plans? You're just gonna give them out to little people or what?
I don't know. I might line them up on a shelf and just leave them there. But I think Bella wants them. But I was thinking we go to a small group with our church on Monday nights, and they have little kids, so I might see if they want them. But they're boys, so I'm not sure if they'll like want them. So we'll see.
Maybe you could like sell them as like target practice for Nerf guns.
Yeah, that's a good idea. But I do have I did on Instagram, someone who follows me commented that she makes them and leaves them at people's houses when she stays over there for like trips and stuff. And I'm like, that's a really great idea. So maybe, I'm trying to see who it was who said that. Tiny Elf Creations. That's who it is on Instagram. So I thought that was a pretty cool idea.
That is.
So I'm also still working on the Salvus Dragon vest for Dawn Fairy Tale Knits. booth so she can have kits, but I didn't bring it in here. I'm on the last part where you just kind of make like the wing part and you just keep decreasing. So, because it's like a vest shawl like collar vest. So yeah, but I've seemed to be still working on that. But yeah, those are the only works in progress. Like I turned my 25% in for my order mission, and then it's on timeout. Yeah. And actually, it'll be frogged because that yarn and needle pattern did not go well together.
Bummer, but good to know, right?
Right. But those are all my whips.
I don't have any knitting whips or crochet or anything, so
we're
yarn though.
Around.
I always have this in my purse. I haven't worked on it too much. Still, it's they're my Clockwork Angel Rolegs. Basically, I've been spinning on this for months and months and months, but that's okay. I enjoy it. I did though. I gotta wind this on. I pulled out some deep stash. I think actually I got it from you and we traded yarn for it, or fiber. It was like years ago. It was a gradient, and I think it was on wool because it didn't have a label, but I think it was on wool that I got when I went to that estate sale, and it was like a mystery wool, and it wasn't the softest or anything. Anyways, so I spun it a single and then I two-plied it, but it ended up being two skeins, and I didn't like Navajo ply it, so it didn't turn out gradient. But so I have like a greenish skein and a bluish skein, and it's pretty scratchy. But I was thinking I could like maybe weave like a rug out of it or something. I think it would be good. It's like durable.
Yeah, I have some, and I think it's that Wensleydale.
Yeah, I think it is.
Staple length.
Yeah.
It's not the best softest.
In my deep stash, and I was like, I'm just gonna spin it because I need some classes, so I did that. I haven't counted yardage yet, but I think I'll turn it into 2 different classes since it's 2 different skeins.
Right, these bunnies are going into different classes. That's why I'm making 5.
And then my friend Carrie Collins had bought this fiber. I forget when, but she decided. I think she got it when she first started spinning, and she wanted all the bright, fun colors. But she realized that she doesn't like knitting or wearing bright, fun colors, and she's more girls. So she's like, I thought of your girls, so you can just have this. So I was like, okay. Anyways, I don't know if I actually have the label. I forget. I think it was Spun Right Round. But it was one of those rovings that were like, I have my phone, my picture. It was almost looked like a pulled roving. So like,
oh, okay, yeah.
The colors were like striped, but like lengthwise, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I wasn't sure how quite to spin it. So then I looked and I saw that you can spin it. You like break off pieces and you spin it from the fold, which I don't think I've ever quite done. Here's the fiber. Yeah, Spun Right Round.
I really like those colors.
So I took it and spun it from the fold so that it didn't muddy the colors up. It like kept the colors a little more vibrant than if you would have just spun straight from the braid. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes it marls them and gets it all gross.
Yeah.
So it turned out fun, and then I two-plied it. And there's like alpaca in here, so it was super soft. But yeah.
So those colors remind me of the 90s and Madonna.
Okay.
Just so you know.
I think it's like Lisa Frank and like Neon Zebra or something. I don't know.
So that's cool. So I am spinning. I'm actually currently in the middle of plying.
Okay.
I started spinning this at the beginning of the month, so I'm like plying it. Oops. And I did it's like a true two ply. I separated it for fractal spin. It was that BFL that I got from Ocean City. So I spun half regular, and then I split it into like eighths, I think, or maybe more, and spun it so that it'll be like a 2-ply, a true 2-ply. So I'm like still plying. I haven't had a lot of like knitting, spinning time, but usually I sit down for like 10 to 15 minutes and try to spin a little bit. So it's not going like super fast, but it's going. But that's the only spinning. But I do have stash enhancement for spinning. Would you like?
Yes, I would like to hear about your stash enhancement.
So last weekend was Indie Knit and Spin, and Andy came with me so I could like leave. Sorry, I'm like tangled in yarn. So Andy came with me, and I walked around, which is not ever good. I mean, it's good, but not really. So I found this. See if I can. There's a tag with it.
Ooh.
So I found this. Look at this beautiful. So the color is really beautiful. It's like a dark brown with light brown tips. But look at the like crimp in this.
What kind of fiber?
Oh, but look at how nice that is.
That is beautiful. I'm a little jealous.
I know. So it's just been rinsed. It's thin sheep.
Ooh.
Her name was Coco, and it's a 1.5 pound lamb's fleece. And I got it from the Prairie Fiber. She has the Prairie Farm. She is a really nice lady, and we were talking about sheep and stuff like that. But she's rinsed it, but I'm still gonna probably need to clean it.
Yeah.
Spin it. But yeah. So I saw that and I fell in love with it. It was so pretty. And it's super soft. Like it feels almost as soft as the Cormo fleece that I got. It's super soft. So I got that. And then while I was walking around, I stopped at Hip Strings and got some Polworth Tussa Silk and Flax blend spin together, because this one's like blues and grays. So this one's like blues and grays, which is so like today. This one's called Jury in My Head. And then this one is it's blues and grays, but it has like browns in it. And I thought that would make a really nice
mashup.
Yeah. So, and this one's called Work Study. So yeah, super pretty. And that's from Hip Strings. So I got that. And I got yarn too, but I'll talk about that in Random Randomness, because this is fiber. So yeah, that is my stash enhancement. I figured, I mean, I felt kind of bad, but not really getting this stuff because I've been working really hard, and it was nice.
No, it's good to get a reward every now and then.
Yeah, and yes. But anyways, that's all of my spinning that I've done. And awesome. I'm planning on taking my wheel to my next show and spinning there. So hopefully I'll get a lot of spinning done.
That's cool. And the show went well for you? Now that we're kind of moving on, I guess. Are we on to sewing?
Sewing. So I had Homespun Yarn Party, which is in Maryland, and it went really well, and it always goes well. It's one of my favorite shows. And then I had Indie Knit and Spin last weekend, and it went well as well. And this time it was at a different place.
Oh.
So, it was like in this new trendy like hotel. And I was kind of nervous because, you know, sometimes when places change places, I don't know. I was just nervous. Because plus we would all be in one room, because before we had been in separate rooms on different levels. So the room was in one room. So I was kind of nervous because I know there was a couple of other bag makers there. We all make like different kinds of bags, but you know, so anyways, I was nervous, but actually I get nervous like that before every show. And I'm sure like all the yarn dyers and people that do shows get nervous too. But it was really well. It was in this really new trendy hotel. Like they just redid it like within the past couple of years, I think. And it's like in this like hipster area. So it was kind of funny. Like, yeah. And so they had like this coffee bar there, and I had Andy go get me a cappuccino. It was the best cappuccino I've had in a long, long time. And it was just coffee and milk frothed.
Yeah.
You know, a cappuccino is, but like no flavors or anything. And I was just like, this is how coffee should be. Like, my money would have went there if I lived by there. Like, I would be getting coffee there all the time. So yeah, but yeah, they went really well. So like now I have in 2 weekends, I have Pittsburgh Knit and Crochet Show, which is a 3-day event, and then the week after I have Allentown, which is in Allentown, Pennsylvania, and then I have 2 weeks, and then I have Powhatan, which is in Powhatan, Virginia.
Crazy busy lady.
Yeah. So I've been sewing a lot. Like you can see, I have a stack of fabric right behind me for fabric baskets. I just got that yesterday. I have stuff that I've sewn over there. I have stuff I'm sitting in front of that I'm in the process of sewing, and it just looks messy, so I'm sitting in front of it. But yeah. But I just finished up a collaboration that I'm doing with Carrie from Yahogany Yarns. She's dyeing fiber, and I made a work in progress bag, and we're going to sell them as kits at Pittsburgh Knit and Crochet, like specifically for them. So it'll be cool. But yeah, so that has been my days and nights sewing, a lot of sewing.
Yeah, I bet.
But yeah, so we can go on past sewing. I have not been doing much.
I didn't update anything, but I totally didn't. I had been reading or listening to audiobooks, the Mercy Thompson series, like the whole Mercyverse, which includes
you. I think I copied you.
You did. But only because the new book came out, and that was awesome. So I listened to that first, and then I went back and wanted to do them all. So now I'm on Dead Heat, which is an Alpha and Omega series with Anna and Charles. Yeah, so that's where I am. But yeah, so I think I'm like like halfway
farther than I am. I'm on Iron Kissed, which is just like the third one, but I'm reading all the short stories.
Yeah, that too. Except I realize I don't have. I think one of them is in a book that I don't have, and it's not on the Shifting Shadows book. Well, it's like, no, maybe not Unappreciated Gifts. It's a story about a seal and like him dating or something. Like I went and looked it up, but it's in some other book that I have not had or haven't found yet. I forget what it's called. But I've listened to all the other short stories and I love them.
It's in. I'll have to go look.
I made a little let me see here. Like a little, just I took a screenshot of the things so I could like these are all the books and short stories, so I can like read through them. Maybe it is Unappreciated Gifts. Yeah, I don't know. It was like a Christmas thing. I don't know. You know, like a collaboration between some different authors and stuff, and it was in there, so I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, so I'm on Dead Heat. Yeah, and I only have a few to go after that.
That's cool though. I really enjoy that series, so I'm rereading it, and I switched my reading challenge to 100 books this year, just because I was like, why not? So, yeah.
But I will say, like, listening to them, that's how I finished Leah's sweater. Like, I had miles and miles of stockinette stitch knitting to do on her sweater, and that's what helped me through it. That's, I think, why I listened to so many of them, because I had a lot of knitting to do.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So they help me too. So that's why I do it. But I actually have been listening to more than just that. I just like I'm on Iron Kiss, which is the third book, but I did read the short stories in Alpha and Omega and those before. Like I'm reading them in order, so I've read a couple. But I finished reading. I read Burn Bright first off, and then I finished Acceptance, which is the third book in the Southern Reach trilogy, which I did not like how it ended. And then I read Lake Silence, which is the one book in the others that I got. And then I read Piece of Death, which is like a older mystery series about this lady who used to be like a publicist, and then she moves to this little town and solves mysteries. Pretty good. And then I read this book called Meddling Kids, and it's so good. So like, how could you not read it if you're me and you like Scooby-Doo, which I do. And it's not like Scooby-Doo. It's like a story similar to Scooby-Doo, but totally not. Like they experience something like horrible, and they're all like PTSD. Like the one kid killed himself.
Oh.
And it's like years later they go back to like solve the mystery that they didn't really solve, type of thing.
Okay.
And it's like sci-fi and crazy, and it was really good. So I think it's by Eduardo Cantero, I think is the author's name. I really enjoyed the book. So I read that, and then I started on the Mercyverse. So I've read maybe like 5 books in that. So yeah, that's where I am. But I needed to get into like a groove of listening to a series like that. And I was hoping that Quiche of Death would do it. But while I liked it, I just didn't like get attached to the characters very much. So I started with the Mercy Thompson ones. And
I don't know what it is about those books, but I think they might be my favorite books.
Yeah. Well, I think yeah.
It's got enough urban fantasy. I don't know. It's fun.
Like a woman.
Opera-ish, it's more.
So yeah, so that's what I'm doing. And I haven't really watched too much because like when I'm cutting fabric and stuff, I'll watch TV, but
we've watched a few movies because we have Dawn and family here, so we like have an excuse to watch some kid movies because apparently my kids are too old. Like, so when I suggest getting like the latest Disney Pixar movie, they're all like, eh.
Oh,
anyway,
really?
Sometimes like they're weird about movies. Like they can never agree, and like we haven't seen half of like the newer like superhero movies because no one agrees to anything. Anyways, so we've watched Coco. Have you seen that movie?
Yes, I loved it.
Adorable. And then we watched Ferdinand.
I cried at the end, but go on.
Yeah, it was sad and cute and good. I liked it a lot. But I totally called it all, which is not.
And Bella was like, "Nuh-uh," and I was like, "Yeah, watch. It's Disney. I know this." And I was like, totally right on.
Yeah, me too. So we watched Ferdinand. Have you seen that?
No, actually, I haven't.
It's cute too. What other one? We watched another kid one that I can't think of right now. I don't know, but like some cute ones like that. I forget.
That's awesome.
Anyways, but it's been good to watch some of that stuff. More kid friendly things.
Yeah, that's fun, but I haven't really been watching much TV. I'll watch one episode here or there.
Or watched and we watched Justice League, which I hadn't seen.
Oh, that's really good too.
And then that makes us want to go back because Joe and I haven't seen any of the Superman movies with that Superman in it. So like we want to go and watch those now. But yeah.
We
So now we're kind of in like randomness.
Yeah. So randomness. Well, still kind of binging. Jessica Jones 2 came out.
Okay.
And I actually ordered the Vogue knitting with Kristen Ritter on it, who plays Jessica Jones, because I couldn't find it at any of my local knitting stores. like I went in to find them and they kind of like scoffed at me, like, we don't carry that anymore type of thing. I guess because it's just cheaper for people to order it online or whatever. So
Yeah.
I was like, fine. And I went and ordered it online. I still haven't gotten it yet because I just ordered it like a couple of days
What's in it that you want it so bad?
It just has Kristen Ritter on it, and she is pretty cool. And
Oh,
she too, like she tried to teach what's his name on the late night show how to knit.
that's awesome.
It was awesome. Like there's a YouTube video about it and everything. But she's like pretty cool. And so I started watching, so I wanted to watch the Jessica Jones season 2, but I wanted to catch myself up and rewatch season 1. So I rewatched season 1. And then I was like, well, it doesn't really end there. So I watched Defenders because that like carries on the story. So then I just started on season 2 like the other day. So I'm not like binge watching it. I'm like watching like 1 or 2 episodes a day. Like 1 episode a day, really. Because I really haven't had time.
Right.
But yeah, so I'm really liking it. And I brought that up because she is a knitter, so yeah. But I did order that magazine, and then I had to renew my Ply magazine membership. And while I was there, JC Boggs wrote a book. It was still in pre-order when I was there renewing my subscription.
Okay.
It's called like 52 Yarns, and it's like yarns that you should spin before you die type of thing. I think it's like a kid's book. I don't know. I just ordered it because I like JC Boggs and I like spinning. And it was like added onto your subscription and we'll mail it to you. And I just got an email that they are mailing it to me. So
That's cool.
also, I had a little extra money and I had an Amazon card because I needed to get, so for my checkout stand, I usually use this like little small black folding table. And it's like low because it's like an end table.
Right.
Not like super low, but like a higher end table. So I've been looking on Amazon. They have these like foldable portable bars. Like a bar. So, and it has like a shelf and then it has like a table, but it's like higher up because it's a bar. And so I ordered that. So I had extra money on an Amazon gift card. So I ordered, there are 2 Mercy Thompson graphic novels that I never read called Homecoming. So it's like before the first book, like her moving to
how she gets there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I ordered that. And then I ordered, there's another one called Hot Cross Jilly, and I ordered that, and that one came. But I haven't gotten to that in the series yet, so I have to wait to read it. I have some like major willpower. Also, I don't really have time to sit down and read a comic book, but or I should say graphic novel. But yeah, so I had extra money, so I ordered those, and I'm just waiting for the first one to come because when that one comes, then I'm gonna read it quick because I always wondered what that story was about. So
that's cool.
Plus, I want to see if the people, like, you know, when you're reading, like, you picture the characters in your mind.
Mm.
Okay, I do. And I go so far as to, like, they say they're Welsh and they look like this. So I, like, Google what that means. Like, that's how weird I am. And so I have, like, pictures of them in my mind. So I know, like, the comic book is going to make them look different and it's going to, you know, annoy me.
That you?
But it'll help me, like, picture them better, I think. So, yeah. But yeah, so Homespun and Indie Knit and Spin were a lot of fun. And while I was at Homespun, I was gonna go get yarn, but I didn't have time because that show is crazy busy. And some of my customers were showing me what they got, and they got from Fiber Knit Dye Works. So she does self-striping sock yarn. So I was like, well, she's gonna get Indie Knit and Spin, so I will go and get some stuff from her there. So I did. So I got this one. Self-striping, and it is 6. I like how she puts on the thing like how many stripes it is. So there's 6 stripes, and this is called The Likely Suspects. So it's from the game Clue. So how could I not buy it? Because that's like my favorite game ever. I rock that game. But like, so it has Mrs. Peacock, Professor Plum,
That's awesome.
Scarlet, Green, Mrs. White, all those as stripes. So that's going to be a lot of fun to knit. And I got it on the sparkle base. Can you see the sparkle?
Again.
So it's going to be some pretty awesome socks. So while I was there, I was like, well, I should get something and not just be such a selfish stash enhancer type of person. So I bought this one because Andy likes blue. So it's a self-striping with like blue and gray and like a speckled brown. But I got it on sport weight because I am still knitting those socks that I started like how many months ago for him on sock weight yarn. And he has size 13 feet. Why the heck? I remember why I don't knit socks for him.
Right?
So, well, maybe it'll be easier on sport weight. So that's what it is.
That's smart.
So those are my new yarns that I got at Indie Knit and Spin from Fiber Nymph Dye Works. And she's really nice. So if you want self-striping sock yarn from an indie dyer, I would suggest going to her shop.
Very cool.
So yeah, lots of stuff going on at this house. That's about it. Then Easter's coming up this weekend.
Which is crazy. It's like so early.
I know. Which is funny because it's April Fool's Day.
I know.
And some people on Facebook have been sharing like funny memes for Easter, and they're like cracking me up. Like, one was like Jesus was like, it had like Jesus coming out of the tomb, and it said YOLO, and then it said just kidding. So hard for like 5 minutes. And then there was another one that said something, and then it was like, and he said April Fools, and I was just like, they're just so funny and stupid at the same time. So I like.
Yeah, I even thought about Easter, you know, because we have Dawn and Chris and the boys here. So like I've been dealing with that, and then I'm like, they're gonna be leaving, and then I have to like think about like Easter dinner and all that. We haven't even like figured out if we're having people here or what. I don't know. But it's crazy.
Yeah, I guess we're going to Andy's parents' house. So the school did a fundraiser, like they made gobs, which are to everyone else there, I think they're called whoopie pies or whatever. It's like cake and then frosting in the middle. It's really good. It's like huge. So these gobs are like award winning because they had a gob day, and the school entered their gobs in, and they sold them. They sold them out in like an hour.
Wow.
And we had made like 500 of them. And they won first prize in the commercial division.
Wow.
They were going to just do the nonprofit division, but they must have put them in the commercial one because they were that good. So they won first prize. So they got a little plaque, which is also called a certificate and a picture frame. And but they won first prize like for this like gob day that happens. It's happens like all the time. It's like it's a huge thing here. So they were selling. They wanted to raise money for a carpet cleaner machine for the school. And so they were selling more gobs of their award-winning gobs this time because they are award-winning. And so I was like, okay, we'll buy a dozen, and that's what we're taking to Easter. So
Oh, nice.
That's about as far as I thought of it.
That's funny. But good. I remember having a gob pie when I think when like Madison was like a baby, like I think visiting you in Kansas or wherever that was. So I remember that. They were good.
But what was I going to say? Oh, so speaking of Easter, I used the Instant Pot to hard-boiled eggs, and I am in love. Like everyone tells you, hard-boil your eggs in the Instant Pot is amazing.
I didn't try that.
Oh my goodness, it's so easy. So you put that little tray in the bottom.
Yeah.
And then you put your eggs in like just one single layer. So you can do a dozen at a time.
Okay.
And then you put a cup of water in and set it to 7. Like mine has an egg button. 7 minutes. And then you do it, and then after it beeps, you release the pressure, and then you put them in an ice bath to stop the cooking. But they peel so easy. Like, you know how sometimes the peel sticks to the egg, and you have like an ugly egg peeled? You know, they just like come right off.
Wow, I'll have to try that. I already did like 3 dozen. normally.
So I did 2 dozen, and I've come to find out Bella like loves hard-boiled eggs. So I have like a dozen and a half maybe that she can die because she's been eating them. She'll be like, "Can I have an egg?" I'm like, I don't care.
Tonight, I think, with everyone.
Yeah, so that'll be fun. But Madison's working, so she's not coming home for Easter. So that's why I was sending her a thing. And that's why I was knitting these bunny nuggets that I totally forgot about.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll just send her a package of bunnies.
That's weird. It's like the start of like holidays without her. Is that sad?
It is weird.
So
It's like
weird.
something you have to get used to.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Ugh.
So yeah, one bunny body is done now. I just have to do the ears.
Very cute.
I should give them names.
You should.
I wonder what I will call them.
Like Clarence and Francisco. I'm just kidding.
This one's got fuzzy face.
It looks like he's got like a beard and stuff.
Yeah, it does. I'll name him.
He looks like he could be Welsh or Scottish or something. Give him like a
Mercy verse name.
there you go.
So yeah. But
Anyways, sorry.
we all randoming anything else going on. I'm like so jealous that we don't get to see Dawning the kids.
No, they're like not even here right now, so it's okay. No, I mean just that. It's spring break right now. But it's still kind of cold out. So yeah, not much happening so far.
Yeah, so it's been raining the past yesterday all day, and today it's raining, so it's so dreary. Andy's birthday's on the 2nd. He's turning 30, so I've been like teasing him like crazy. And I asked him if he wanted like a big party, like you know how we went to Dawn's for hers, and he's like, no. He was like, I'll just want these like DVDs or something, and I was like, I know, and Pirates, he loves the Pirates, and their opening day is on the 2nd, so it's on his birthday. So I am the best person ever. I bought him 2 opening day tickets.
Does he know?
Yeah, I gave them to him early because he was like starting to make plans. So I was like, I'm gonna give you your birthday gift early. And he's like so excited. Like I called his best friend and I didn't call him, I messaged him. I was like, if I buy opening day tickets, can you go with him? And he's like, oh yeah, I can pay for my ticket. I'm like, no, I'm gonna pay for it so I don't have to go. And you can. And he was like, okay. So I'm like, but it's a surprise, so don't say anything. And so then I printed them out, and I thought for sure Andy was going to see them because I printed out the tickets and left it on the printer for like a week because I didn't have a card to put them in, and I didn't want to lose them, so I just left them. And I thought for sure he would have seen them, but he didn't. So I finally got a card and put them in there, and then sent it to and then I like gave it to him like just the other day, and he opened it. And he was like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, best gift giver ever."
You rock.
But yeah, but I think we're just like randomly talking about random stuff.
Okay, because it's random randomness.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we can end it.
Yeah. So we'll.
I
don't know because it's a off month.
We can still podcast once or whatever.
Do it twice because May is actually April. Yeah, maybe once because I'm gonna be ready.
But if we don't see you guys, you'll know what.
For sure for planning podcasts in May.
Yeah.
We're still here. If you yeah. But so no one stepped up to help us with the workout thing?
I think we're just kind of letting it die. Or we could still like say that we're working out, but like I don't think we're gonna do any sort of trade thing.
I'm not gonna work out.
I don't think anyone's made anything for anyone, so you know what I mean? Like
I think we need to like maybe stop it and then restart it.
Now that it's gonna be spring.
Yeah.
And not fall. Yeah. I totally dropped the ball on that one. Anyways, I'm sorry. It's been a hard whatever.
Yeah.
But we'll see you guys hopefully in May or in April.
April. Yeah. We'll see you in April, hopefully.
Bye.